Okay, now we're going to look at error handling with our guess a number application. Um, the problem exists where if we run this program, we really didn't do some error checking. So if we put in a number that's not really a number, uh, like XYZ, and we tell it that's our guess, we're going to get what's called an exception. Okay, so we got a number, it throws us into break mode and says, you know what, I can't convert XYZ, this text, into uh, a number. Okay, and so one of the things you'll notice about break mode is we do get some values. As we're in break mode, we can just highlight over, say, the text property, and it's telling us that, hey, we got a value of XYZ. We highlight over a variable guess, and right now its value is 0. It's been declared and initialized to 0. But it can't quite seem to figure out how to convert the letters XYZ, which it shouldn't be able to. It can't do that. So first thing I need to do is stop execution. So I'll click on stop debugging. And then we'll try to add an exception handler here. So I'm going to create my try block. And of course I'll need a catch. Okay, and we'll just do the general exception. So EX as an exception. And then we need to end that try. Okay, and let's go ahead and just put a general message in here, and we'll use the message box for that. It'll pop up a nice message for the user to tell them what's happening here, and so we'll just do the message section, our method for the exception object, and so that'll give us a nice general message. And it won't bomb our application out. So when we run this and we put in something invalid, we actually get a pop-up. It's not going to close our application out, but it's saying, hey, you didn't really convert this properly. Now you don't want to leave. Now notice the application's still running, so it didn't completely bomb, but it left this in here, so it's likely the user might click on that again. So we need to fix that. Okay, so one thing when we have an error, no matter what happens, we do have a finally block. Okay, and no matter what happens, let's go ahead and clear out that text. So we'll move that to finally. So now, even if we don't fix the error, at least when we have it, if we put in an invalid thing, it will clear out this block. So anything that you want to happen, whether there's an error or not an error, you'll put in this finally section. Okay, we do need to clean up the error message, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it from just the general message to give us a little bit more information, and I'm just going to say give us the toString message, and this is what you're using as a programmer to find out more information on what the actual problem is. So we'll run this one more time and we'll get a nice programmer friendly error message. And the most important part is that the first part is that it's telling us we have an invalid cast exception. Okay, and that's important because now we want to create a really specific error trap. So we'll catch. We'll use another EX as, and this time we'll actually go out and find the invalid cast exception. Okay, and what that means is, hey, you put in a number, we can't convert that. So we'll do another message box.show, and this time we'll give the user a little bit more friendly message, like you must enter a number as a guess. Okay, and so now that'll give our user a little bit more friendly. Now notice we use that specific, so invalid cast exception. So this time if we have that particular error and we put in letters instead of numbers, it's going to come up with an invalid cast, and we're actually telling the user now, hey, you made an error. you must enter a number, if spelled number right, as a guess. And so that's a little bit better input, and we're just using this second catch as kind of a catch-all to let us figure out what other types of exceptions we might need to try to catch up here. So in general, you want to try to catch the errors as specifically as possible, so you can tailor your error messages to the exception. And then it's not a bad idea to have a catch-all at the end to catch everything else. Okay, so that's a try, catch, find me, block, and it'll help you avoid errors and have your program crash due to runtime errors.